name is Kristin Hayes and I'm an independent Stampin' Up! Demonstrator. And today I'm going to be doing something a little bit different. I'm going to be going through the catalog and showing you my favorites from it. To be honest, there wasn't a lot I didn't like in this holiday catalog, but I thought I would go through and just show you what I've been using the most of. So to start, we're going to start off with this gorgeous ribbon. It's in real red. It's a 1-inch ruched ribbon, and you get, let's see, approximately 10 yards on it. It's item number 150435. You can find it on page 7 in the catalog, and it retails for $10. So here are some projects I've used to make with it. And for this one, I just used it as a bow and put it on with a glue dot. And this is a little bulky, but it works on your cards, and it also will work on tags or wrapping up a small present. I just think it's gorgeous. This one is also a bow. Same concept. I just put it on with a glue dot. And then on this card, I just tied a knot in it to hang the ornament from. So we'll move on to my favorite 6x6 DSP. And for those of you that are wondering, DSP stands for Designer Series Paper. I have gotten that question a few times now. I couldn't decide on the DSP whether between a 6x6 and a 12x12, so I did one of each. But this is the Wrapped in Plaid DSP. Now this is 6x6. It's on page 13 in the catalog. It's item number 149596, and it retails for $14.50. I'm just going to go through and show you. These are just some gorgeous, gorgeous plaids. And I don't know about you, but plaid always seems to feel like Christmas to me, especially in these colors. So you have the plaids on one side, and you've got a lot of gold accent in them. This is my second pack because I've already gone, not through my first pack, but I've already gotten into it quite a bit. And then on the other side, you have Christmas stockings, some holly and berries, some reindeer, just some beautiful polka dots, Christmas trees, some more trees and pine cones, and then just some patterns as well. So this is one I've already used a great deal. I'll show you just a couple of projects. This is one using the plaids, and I actually stamped on the, punched on the very vanilla and have a piece of plaid behind it. And then this one is one of the patterns that I used, you can see in the background, and I wouldn't be surprised if on some of my other samples we'll find some more of this DSP. So then my next favorite DSP in the catalog, I'm going to do a 12x12, and this is the Let It Snow DSP. It's on page 20. It's item number 150393, and it retails for $14.50. And let me just go through and show you some of the patterns in here. This has some special sparkle paper on the hats, on some snowmen. Here's some more snowmen. You've got snowflakes, and then you've got just some pattern paper as well. So let me show you some of the projects. I've done a lot with this one. So this is just a simple card with the pattern in the background. This one I used the coordinating stamp set with it. That's in the suite, and just use some of the DSP as background. Now this card has the DSP in the back, but this is also DSP. So I didn't even stamp this. I just punched it out of the DSP and mounted it on Flirty Flamingo, another circle, and put it on my card. And again, this is not stamped. This is the DSP, and it makes for a really quick and pretty card. Okay, so moving on, there were 3 new inks in the catalog, and this is my favorite. This is the copper metallic ink. It's on page 16. It's item number 150707 for $11, and it also comes in gold and silver, but the copper is really my favorite. And this works really well if you want some metallics in your project and you don't feel like embossing. So you can see, I hope in the background here, I'm going to just try and hold it so you can see the shimmer a little bit. I've stamped Gather Together all around. And in this one, I've just stamped the leaves in the background in the copper metallic ink. So I really like it. It dries very quickly. If you need to bop it with your heat tool quickly, that's fine too, but I find you really don't need to. So then I'm going to do my favorite bundle. Now this is my favorite bundle in the holiday catalog. It's on page 15, and it's the Peaceful Boughs bundle. And it has this beautiful, beautiful stamp set and the matching dies. Now, as a bundle, this is it's on page 15 if I didn't say that already. It's an item number 153033, and it retails for $52. The stamp set by itself is $23, and the dies by themselves are $35. So it's really nice. You can buy them together and get the 10% discount. So I'm just going to open this up quickly. My dies are always a mess. I just kind of shove them in. But you have all these branches in different sizes, and then you have these beautiful cutouts for your sayings. May the peace gently fill your heart, and the season's greetings, as well as some of these dimensional pine cones. So let me just put this aside, and I'll show you some samples of cards I've made with this. All right, so this is some of the pine cones and some stamping of the boughs with the stamp set. And then this one, I do have a video on how to make this one. I can link it below for you. And this has the cutout of the dies. And then this was really simple and quick. This is just the boughs coming out in a simple embossing. And then this is one I just did last night or the night before, actually. So this came together pretty quickly too, and you have the pine cones as well. So let me put that aside, and actually I'm going to leave this one out to talk about the next product, because my favorite accessory in the holiday catalog is the ice stamping glitter. So this is on page 41. It's item number 150445, and it's $7.50. And this is a really chunky, I don't know if the camera can pick it up, but it's a really chunky glitter. So you can see that I've used it on here on the branches, and then again on the pine cones. Hopefully it's picking that up, the glitter. And I just used the fine tip glue pen to put a little glue down and then shook it on. And then in this card, you can see I've done the house and the trees with some snow on it to make it look glistening. And I even used it in the shaker card for the same reason, for the house and the trees behind it. And I've just really been enjoying it. And there's that wrapped in plaid DSP again. So then our next thing is my favorite embossing folder. Let's see, what did I do with that? Here it is. Now this is one of the Halloween sweet pieces, but I think this can totally be used for Christmas. It's called the Stylish Scroll Embossing Folder. It's on page 53. It's item number 150665, and it's $7.50. And here's a Christmas card actually that I did with it, and you can see the detailing on the scrolls. I just think it's very pretty. Now my favorite dies are also part of that same Halloween suite, only I didn't use them as Halloween cards. I didn't buy a Halloween set this year. I think they're adorable, but my customers just don't really do Halloween, so we kind of skipped it. But I could not resist these dies. So these dies have layering pieces. So like this piece. Oh, let me tell you what they are first. They're the Ornate Frames dies. They're on page 53. Item number 150664, and they retail for $34. And I believe these are in a bundle with one of the Halloween sets for 10% off if you buy the two of them together. So anyways, what I was saying is, like, this piece, you can cut out a saying and layer it on the detailed piece. They all kind of layer together like this. And so let me show you some examples that I've used on some cards. Here we go. So you can see again, that's the ornate frame. And then I layered on the greeting in a different color. And I'm going to say that a lot of times I don't like to play around with the more ornate dies, but these have not given me a problem at all. It takes a minute on this one just to punch out some of these little pieces that are in here, but honestly, not too long at all. Here's a Christmas card with the same one. And then here's some fall cards or Thanksgiving cards with a slightly different shape. And this shape punches out no problem at all. I mean, it just fell right out for me. So those are the ornate frames. And then let's see. My favorite standalone stamp set is going to be Snowfront. And this is kind of a sister stamp set to the Waterfront, which I'll show you. This is in the annual catalog, but the same type of stamping kind of goes for both sets. So you can create all kinds of winter scenes with this. It's on page 45. It's item number 150483, and it's $22. And these are just a couple of cards I've made with it. This, I don't know what got on here, but this is just a snowy scene, and then a little house with all the trees, the pine trees, and then this is more of an autumn card, like a fall night with the leaves falling down and the night sky and the trees losing their leaves. And again, that's the ornate frame, and I used the ornate frame on this one as well, just a different one. And then my last but not least, I did a favorite hostess set. And I'm not one to buy a lot of the hostess sets, but I just fell in love with this one. Now, this is on page 61. It's item number 150554, and it's $13. But you can only get this if you host a workshop or you spend a $150 order. That's one of the things you can get with your hostess rewards. So I just love the sayings in this. And then this is a newer set that I've gotten. So I really only have one sample so far. And I don't know if you can see, but I did emboss it on the gold on Cherry Cobbler. And then I did it again, the gold on the shaded spruce, I think it is, shaded spruce. And then I cut out the Christmas just to give it a little detail. So those are my favorites. Like I said, I want almost everything out of the catalog, but we all have our limits. So I hope you enjoyed this type of video. If you have any questions, just let me know below, and all of my links will be listed down below. And if you're not already working with the Stampin' Up! Demonstrator, I'd love a chance to work with you. Thanks so much for watching.